Some celebrities sharing messages of frustration on July 4th, particularly with the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Reality star Kim Kardashian, her mother, Kris Jenner, both sharing this post on Instagram that read, 4th of July has been canceled due to a shortage of independent, sincerely women. While actress Jessica Chastain shared this photo with two middle fingers up, adding Happy Independence Day from me and my reproductive rights. And then singer Katy Perry referenced one of her hit songs, tweeting, "Baby, You're a Firework" is a 10, but women in the U.S. have fewer rights than an actual sparkler. I want to bring in New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy to speak with us. Governor, I know you see the celebrity women and many non-celebrity women who found that the idea of celebrating independence was actually insulting after the Supreme Court decision. What do you think about that?
I mean, who could blame them? God bless America. We still are, let's not forget, the greatest nation on earth, but war has been declared by a right-wing Supreme Court bloc against American women. And by the way, they have likewise allowed us to overnight become a lot less safe due to concealed carry gun laws. And look at the tragedy that happened yesterday in Highland Park. So we are a great nation, but we are in challenging, troubled times right now. And women especially are paying a huge price.
On Friday, you signed a bill that did a lot, but among other things, it protected abortion providers in New Jersey. It protected out-of-state residents who would come to New Jersey to obtain an abortion. But it's also worth noting that a number of Democrats in your state have stood in the way of your efforts to further expand abortion access, or they have not supported your successful effort to codify the protections of Roe v. Wade in your state. What's your message to that? Because it's not just Republicans. There is opposition within your own party.
Yeah, but we've come a long way, Brianna. I mean, I signed in January a sweeping Reproductive Freedom Act, which put into statute the reproductive freedoms in New Jersey that had been based on case law in the anticipation that Roe v. Wade could be nicked up, if not overturned entirely, which it was. As you rightfully point out, on Friday I signed a couple of laws that will protect women, will protect anyone associated with reproductive or abortion procedures who may come into New Jersey from out of state. And access, you're absolutely right, continues to be an issue. You asked the rhetorical question, what good is a right if you don't have access to it? And I'm still confident that we'll get to the place that folks that don't have insurance, that ultimately will not have to pay co-pays or deductibles, will have the same reproductive freedoms as other women.
You're also signing a package on guns here. And we have just learned in Highland Park, which I know you're watching, as we all are, with horror, we just learned that the gunman legally obtained that weapon. The suspected gunman legally obtained that weapon. I mean, what do you think about that? What does that say about possible solutions?
Well, first, it's an awful tragedy. It's a community that's it's a quintessential American community. So God bless each and every one of the victims and their families. Listen, more guns on the street is not the answer. We have in New Jersey among the strongest gun safety laws in America, and as a result, we have among the fewest, we're not immune by any means, but we have among the fewest gun crimes of any American state. And you rightfully point out, I'm going to sign 7 more laws in a short time today that will continue not to attack Second Amendment rights, we respect those rights, but to attack folks who should not have guns, folks who don't know how to use those guns, manufacturers who deliberately market those guns in a way that leads to harm, a whole other series of laws that we will put in place, and God willing, that will ultimately make us a safer state and a safer nation.
I also want to ask you a question about politics, because we've seen California's governor, Gavin Newsom, paying for ads attacking Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida. What do you think about that approach? Is that something that you think is a good idea? Is that possibly a blueprint, or do you think that's the wrong idea?
I like it. I have to say, we've become, sadly, it's thanks to extreme politics. It's thanks most recently to a hard right radical bloc on the U.S. Supreme Court. We've become a patchwork quilt country right now. And I think the states that are on the right side of history, and I'm proud that New Jersey is, I think we need to stand up and be counted and make sure we remind folks around the country that if you value values, come to states like New Jersey. And I suspect that's exactly what Governor Newsom has in mind in terms of California's values.
Governor, it's great to see you this morning. Governor Phil Murphy, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Brianna.
New Day continues right now.
Welcome to our viewers in the United States and all around the world. I'm John Berman in Highland Park, Illinois. Brianna KEILAR in New York this morning, and this is the parade route, the July 4th parade route where I'm standing, where yesterday at 10:15 a.m. a gunman opened fire from a rooftop, killing 6 people, wounding 25 others. You can hear the sounds ringing out there. We talked to one person, an eyewitness, who was a service member some 30 years ago and said he recognized exactly what it was because of his time in the military. That's what it sounded like.